Okay, I can't tell if my teeth are green or not, but just FYI, I've been drinking this like green smoothie. So if it looks like my teeth are green, that's why. I swear I brushed them. I think they're okay. I don't know. I feel like you can kind of see green. I don't know. Let's hope for the best. Hello, my charmed ones, and welcome back to my channel for another video. Let's just go ahead and address, before we get started, the tiny green elephant in the room, which is Baby Yoda on my sweatshirt. He is adorable. I know if you guys follow me on Instagram, you've seen this sweatshirt because I've been wearing it all the time, but I will leave a link down below in the description where you guys can get this sweatshirt because I've had questions about it. And of course, goes without saying, if you want more of behind the scenes of my productivity, life, and business, follow me on Instagram at MissTrenchcoat. You'll see all my other, Yoda themed lifestyle choices there. Okay. But today I have a video for you all on the topic of creating habits and routines to support your goals. I don't know if you remember my 2020 goal setting video from earlier this year where I kind of shared with you guys my goals. I mentioned in that video that something that I was doing this month was I was taking a deep look at my habits and routines and making sure that the habits that I'm setting for myself this year are the habits that are going to be aligned with helping me achieve my goals. I'm definitely the type of person who really believes in the power of good habits and routines, but I'm not someone who feels like you need to overhaul your entire life and all of your bad habits and turn them into good habits all at once. But I do think that if you have set specific goals for the year for yourself, it's really important to take a look at the different habits in your life and things that you're doing and how those things are supporting or not supporting the achievement of your goals. And for anything that might not be helping you support those goals, it is important to identify those and change them, right? A really basic example of this that I think would be obvious for a lot of people is if you set a healthy living goal, the way I did for the year as well, you're going to want to look at certain habits in your life depending on what that healthy living goal is. And, for example, it could be, the way you eat, your diet, how much exercise you get, and the sorts of workouts and routines you do with, getting up and getting active, right? So obviously, if you don't have the best habits of, diet and exercise, those are going to be habits that you're going to want to focus on changing in order to help you align with your goal of, your healthy living goal, whatever that is, right? So that's a really obvious example. So I wanted to share with you guys today an exercise that I do with students that are in certain classes and workshops that I've done. If you were in my New Year's goal setting workshop, you will remember this activity that we went through. And it's essentially a practice, an activity that I like to use on a regular basis as well, called My Ideal Day. And it's all about helping you to outline or define what your kind of perfect or ideal day would be. And it gives you an opportunity to literally schedule in activities throughout your day, specifically habits and routines that you are interested in integrating. I know when it comes to setting a lot of our goals and changing a lot of our habits, adding new habits in, right? A lot of us will face resistance in terms of saying, well, I'm too busy, right? I don't have time in the day for this. Where am I going to find the time to fit in X, right? Or Y, or whatever the habit routine, that's going to support your goal is all about. And I think when we sit down and actually evaluate our ideal day, right, and kind of outline an ideal schedule of events for ourselves and actually slot in specific habits or routines, you can actually see how there is time in the day for you to accomplish all of the things that you're looking to achieve. So for myself this year, because I'm using a planner right now that is disc-bound, I went ahead and created myself a little ideal day insert that I wanted to share with you guys. And I think it would be best for us to probably just swap over to taking a look inside my planner. And let me show you the insert, which is a free download. I will leave a link down below where you can get it. And I'm going to show you guys how to use this insert and kind of how to do this activity of defining your ideal day to help you make time and make room for everything that's important in your life, so that you have more success with your goals this year and moving forward. So let's jump in. Okay, so here is the insert. As you can see, mine is already been filled out, but I think it's better for you guys to kind of see one filled out so you can follow along with me. As you can see here on the left side of the insert, there is, lines for a 24-hour schedule. So this isn't anything major. I just have, every hour of the day from like 5 a.m. to 4 a.m. listed out here in their own like dedicated lined space. So the idea here is that you are going to make a skeleton outline of how your ideal day would flow and sort of use this as a daily planning sort of like default schedule for yourself. Now, I'm not like the biggest proponent of using like a full daily schedule for yourself, every day, day in and day out, unless your work calls for that. And I'll actually leave you guys a link down below to a blog post that I recently wrote about that and like why I feel that way. But I do think it's a good idea for you to take a look at your day and break it down into areas of your day where you might want to work on specific tasks, habits, routines that will support your overall goals and your overall success. So as you can see here at 5 a.m., I've blocked off a time that says AM meditation. And actually what I ended up doing here was I kind of like wrote in the activities in pen, but then I took like a highlighter to sort of create almost like blocked off period of time for activities, right? So here from 5 to 6 a.m., I have AM meditation sort of blocked off. And that's because I don't wake up at a specific time in the early morning to meditate, but most days I do wake up sometime between like 5 or 6. And when I do wake up at that time, naturally, it is my inclination to turn on my meditation and do my morning meditation at that time. So I have this sort of blocked off that anywhere between like 5 or 6, I'll wake up, I'll do my morning meditation. Then you can see here at about 8 o'clock, I wrote down my AM routine, right? So like my morning routine. So that would, basically encapsulate making the bed, getting myself ready for the day, coming down to do work essentially. 9 a.m. I have to journal because that's one of my sort of daily success habits is that I work on journaling every day in my High Vibe Bible. If you guys have seen my setup for this planner, you guys know I have inserts in the back of here where I do my journaling every day. And that's been working out beautifully for me, having it all in my planner. And then what I have here from 10 to 1 for myself personally, because I do work for myself from home, as you guys know, I have a time slot broken out for what I call my first work block. I tend to do my work in what I consider like a block scheduling of 2 chunks of time throughout my day. So I like to sit down and kind of have like almost like an uninterrupted chunk of work time. And within those kind of blocks, right, I will work on certain tasks, certain projects, etc. So my first work block is roughly from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then I have lunch at 2. That all has to do with like the way that I eat in my diet, and I do something called intermittent fasting. So I do have like coffee in the morning, or sometimes I'll have a green smoothie like I am now. It's not 2 yet, but I don't eat anything until like lunchtime at 2, like nothing solid. Then I have from 3 to, 3, 4, 5, till 6 o'clock, my second work block. So that's when I will do a second, set of tasks for my work. Then my dinner is usually at 6. After dinner, I like to pick up the house. So I call it like my tidy up time. 8 o'clock, I have pack time, like dedicated time that I'm spending with the dogs, making sure that, they've had fun, like they've been worked out, exercised, we play, I might brush them, do, some light grooming for them throughout the day. Then at 9 p.m., I start my evening routine. For me, it's, some of my daily skincare, and I use my essential oils. I make sure they're like going in my bedroom. And then 10 p.m., obviously onwards, this is my bedtime. So I will do, usually when I'm going to bed, I will turn on my like night meditation as well. So, this isn't like a very specific schedule by any means, but it is like a rough outline of how I want my day to progress. And it incorporates certain routines that have to do with my success and my goals, right? So when you're filling this out, I want you to think about like a rough schedule of how your, perfect ideal day would go, and make sure that you're actually scheduling in time for certain habits, certain routines, certain activities that you need to get done, right? Now, that's on a daily basis, right? And that's great for your daily habits, etc. But we also have habits and routines that we do on, less frequent bases. So like weekly, monthly, and quarterly. So I have some additional space here on this right column where you're going to list out a few different tasks that you might do on a weekly, monthly, or quarterly basis. So here under my weekly, you can see I have weekly plan, meal prep, skincare. This is a little different than my normal everyday skincare. Lush bath. I like to take like a relaxing lush bath once a week and, clean my home. So like, I just like to make sure that everything is clean, up to my standards, like once a week. Then on a monthly basis, I have Olaplex, which is something I do for my hair. I groom my dogs. I do my monthly brain dump and a monthly plan. Quarterly, I do my quarterly business planning and a seasonal tidy. And I also like to clean my car. So these are just my examples of how I use this. But what I want you to do is, in this activity, using this insert, think about the different habits, routines, and things like that in your life that you want to have, captured. And then this can become, like I said, like a skeleton outline for you when you're doing your daily planning, when you're doing your weekly, monthly, quarterly planning. You can refer back to this page, and it's almost like a cheat sheet for you to, make sure that you're prioritizing the things that are important in your life, right? So I hope that makes sense. So that's what I've got for you guys today. Like I already mentioned, the link for this insert is going to be down below in the description box. It's completely free. I do have it sized for half letter, but you can obviously adjust the scale as you need to make it bigger, smaller, whatever for your planner. But I hope it helps you to kind of create this ideal daily schedule for yourself where you are intentionally mapping in habits and routines throughout your day, your week, your month, your quarter, etc., in order to really support your planning for more success and better execution towards your goals in the new year. If you have any questions about this, go ahead and leave it down below in the comments. I would love to hear about some of the habits that you're working on. So feel free to leave me a comment down below and let's chat about what you're working on. If you have any questions, or maybe you're not sure like what habits you should work on for certain goals, let me know down in the comments, and I'm sure myself and some others within the community will be able to come up with some great ideas for you. So I hope today's video has been helpful and enlightening to you. If it has been, please make sure to give it a thumbs up and feel free to share this with other people, planner besties, etc. in the community. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MissTrenchcoat, and feel free to tag me in any photos of your ideal day. I would love to see what your schedules are looking like. So make sure you tag me on Instagram at MissTrenchcoat. And if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button for more awesome videos by me. And until next time, bye-bye.